I'm so happy to have the witnesses here today that have testified. And a couple of remarks in response to some of the things we've heard. You'll note that the title says of our hearing today says nothing about surface storage. It was talking in my opening statement, I referred to aquifer storage, of course, managing our forests better, and then raising height of dams. Because of course we're all cognizant of cost, and indeed most of the good places for surface storage have been taken. There's another thing that needs to be mentioned, and that is that folks who think and want to blame our current circumstance on climate change always carry with it the fact that if suddenly we stopped creating CO2 in the USA, the situation would be better. And it wouldn't be. Our current circumstance is baked in, and it's going to stay this way or get worse for the next 30 to 40 years, despite our best efforts. So that means this conversation today is extraordinarily important because we're going to be dealing with it for a long time. And so all the blame and caustic remarks, I think, are really not that productive. One of the things that, though I did hear, hopefully, common goal is storage in aquifers. And to that end, anticipating this, I reached out to Dr. Helen Dahlke, professor of integrated hydrologic sciences at UC Davis, and spoke with her at length along with staff yesterday. And she had mentioned the new way of identifying the best places in the Central Valley to place water so that it promptly begins to proceed downward into the earth toward the 140 million acre feet of space that's available for aquifer storage. But those new scientific methods of identifying the location aside, the best thing is that I think the folks at this dais right now have a common goal of trying to take advantage of that. And I would say that the most important thing that's going to come out of this hearing today is that the ranking member and I will be working together to try to figure out how to advance our efforts in that space. Likewise, the forest being the biggest storage device, of course they are. And the ranking member and I are also commenting that is a place of common interest. Raising dams, that is a place perhaps of common interest, perhaps not, but it makes a lot of sense. One other thing, there's been much talk about pricing water. Let me say that the highest cost water I've heard of is $3,800 an acre foot out of the desal plant in Southern California. I'm all in favor of desal, but at $3,800 an acre foot, the normal cost is around $2,000. If we put that number on the amount of water that is available but being lost to the sea, it is in the billions. It is truly in the billions. And so why we're allowing those billion-dollar bills to float down our rivers into the sea is unclear to me, particularly in California, when it has to justify its use of the Colorado while allowing this kind of unfortunate event to occur. I have way more questions than we have time for, but I wanted to make these points before we closed out tonight. And once again, I want to thank all of the witnesses for their help and look forward to working with you in the future.